Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. For today for Breakfast in a Book, I'm really excited about the mug I have to show you, and I think this week is going to be the last week of new mugs. I've officially run out. But today, Aubrey was nice enough to let me use one of her mugs, and this is a super fun one. Are you ready? This mug came with stickers to put this little dog in costumes, and it's called Fancy Dress Frenchie. And so today Frenchie is dressed like a hot dog. Isn't that fun? So on this side it has her name, and then you put the word to match the outfit that the dog is dressed like. So today Frenchie is a hot dog, which goes perfectly with the book that we're going to read today, because I'm going to read you a really, really funny story about a dog that has stinky breath. Have you ever been around a dog before that has really smelly breath? I bet you've all experienced that before. Well, when a dog or a person has really smelly breath problems, there is a name for it. It's called halitosis. So today I'm going to read you a story titled Dog Breath, and it is written by Pilkey. And when I turn to the title page, it says, The Horrible Trouble with Hally Tosis. So this dog's name is Hally Tosis. Like the word halitosis, the stinky breath problem. Look what happens when Hally takes a big breath. She's killing flowers. Oh, Hally. There once was a dog named Hally who lived with the Tosis family. Hally Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a really big problem. Now, this book is a used book, and you can see somebody made a not good choice with a pen in this book. But look at the family. What are they doing? Now, they're all plugging their nose because Hally's breath smells so bad. Halitosis had horrible breath. Whenever Halitosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. Look, her breath is peeling the wallpaper off the wall, making the leaves fall off the plant. Oh no, look at the poor fish. Her bad breath even killed the fish. That is some really stinky breath. When the children took Halitosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Halitosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandpa Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. Hally jumped to say hello. Oh no, Grandma! She threw her coffee in the air, for her tea in the air. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something had to be done about that smelly dog, they said. If somebody is not amused, what does that mean? Yeah, it means they don't care for it. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hally. So they're putting a sign in the yard that says, Free dog to a good home. They're all so upset about doing this, and Hally looks pretty upset too. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. How would you get rid of bad breath? What are some things that you do when you have bad breath to get rid of it? Those are some good ideas. So they took Halitosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. If something has a breathtaking view, does it actually take your breath away? No, if something has a breathtaking view, it means that it's really, really pretty and nice. It doesn't mean it actually takes your breath away. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hally's breath away, but it didn't. Next, the children took Hally Tosis to a very exciting movie. And it says, now showing Breath of a Salesman. It'll leave you breathless. If something leaves you breathless, does it take your breath away? Not really, but it means that it was so nice and so delightful, and it was very enjoyable. When something takes your breath away, it means it's really enjoyable. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hally breathless. Do you think it's going to work? Let's see. But it didn't. Finally, the children took Hally Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hally would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. Do you think it's going to work? Those poor people sitting behind Hally. Would you want to be one of these people riding the roller coaster? Oh, that looks awful. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hally's bad breath had failed. Now only a miracle could save Hally Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Do you notice anything in this illustration? Take a look out the window. What do you see? Or who do you see out the window? I wonder who that could be. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hally Tosis. Yikes! Whispered one of the burglars. It's a big, mean, scared dog. Aw, don't be silly, whispered the other burglar. It's only a cute little fuzzy puppy. Look at Hally. Doesn't she look so friendly? The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. That dog couldn't hurt a fly, whispered one burglar. Come here, Poochie Poochie, whispered the other. So Hally Tosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. Slurp! What do you think a kiss from Hally Tosis is like with her super stinky breath? Would you want to be kissed by a dog with super, super stinky breath? What do you think is going to happen? The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find the two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. So Hally's big, super sloppy, smelly kiss, she was just trying to be nice to the burglars, and the stinkiness of her breath made them pass out. The Tosis family was safe. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Hally Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. Hero hounds halts hoodlums. Bad breath buggles burglars. Panting pooch paralyzes prowlers. Mutant space dog captures evil Elvis clones. Rancid respirations restrain robbers. Those are all the headlines of the newspaper. In the end, Mr. and Mr. Tosis changed their mind about finding a new home for Hally. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. The sign right here says, this home is protected by dog breath. because life without Tosis just wouldn't make any sense. And the author did something kind of funny here with the word sense. It says it doesn't make any sense, but the way they spelled the word sense is like the way when you smell scent, sense. Isn't that kind of funny? And look, they all have clothespins on their nose. So that is the story of Tosis and how her super stinky breath saved her family. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Hope everybody has a super Tuesday. Bye, everybody.